Just saying. I'm just saying. Anywho.
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am.
Okay, I got you.
I don't have her yet. I'm always a delayed one. My computer is so special.
Aren't we all? Hello.
Yes, ma'am.
Hi.
I'm now.
All right. let me go ahead and try to share this. Vanya is watching.
Yes, definitely.
Let me post. And let me try to share. Hello, everyone.
All right, let's get everything done. All right. Welcome, 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 welcome.
Yes.
All right. Well, it's 9:01 and we are live on Facebook, My Relationship Guru official page. And we are here tonight to talk about things that, I mean, really, you guys know, this conversation actually, last week was a little bit different, but you guys know this conversation will go from 1 until 1,000, right, Miss Kat?
Indeed, we do. Indeed, we do. So this one is going to be much lighter, right?
Yes, definitely.
It's going to be much lighter.
And the conversation, the topic tonight, I mean, what I'm really hoping for is for everybody to get engaged, everybody to share their pet peeves. Hello, Mr. Mundy, how are you tonight?
I'm doing well, thank you. Hello, ladies.
Hi, Mandy.
Hello. How are you?
I'm well, thank you. Hi.
We are talking about the topic, your pet peeves. I don't know if you noticed it.
I did.
So we're going to have some fun with this. And I'm asking everyone really to just engage and be honest, be real. No one is going to judge or criticize. It's just that we really want to know what are some of the crazy things that we have to deal with, on relationships. Because, when we say relationships can be complicated, yes, they can. But most often, I notice the little things are the one that really make it a pain, So if we can get rid of the little things, I guess we can, we'll be all right. What do you guys think?
I mean, it could be little for somebody and it's huge for somebody else. So I guess it's all in the how you look at it, I guess, right?
But pet peeves is more like it's supposed to be a habit. Sometimes it's a bad habit. I can't think of any pet peeves that's good. it's always annoying to someone, and it's something that sometimes you recognize you do, and then you want to get rid of it, and you just been doing it so much, so long, and it's just become part of you. You don't even know. But at the same time, it's irritating the hell out of the person next to you. So that'd be interesting,
Yeah. And I think that's part of the point, because we seem to think that whatever bad habit we have, they're perfect, they're all perfect, that there's nothing wrong with us. But we're quick to point fingers at everybody else. You need to do this differently. You need to do that differently. But then we don't realize, what we're doing. So, tonight we're going to talk about this. And welcome, Miss Cricket. So nice to see you. So I'm sure you know tonight's topic, what it is. So we want to hear from everyone watching. Welcome, Lisbeth. Thank you for joining us. Please share, invite your friends, and tell them that tonight we're going to be talking about pet peeves. Can you guys imagine? Yes. I want to know what you guys think about what are your pet peeves, ladies. And Mr. Sauverjean, welcome. What is your pet peeves, Mr. Sauverjean? What do you think in regards to your relationship, what are some of the pet peeves that create some, misunderstanding or little arguments, let me start by saying this. First of all, Miss Kat, before I say anything, please go ahead.
Miss Coach had taken over. She was that was one of her pet peeves, I guess. I don't know. But anyway, yes, we want to welcome everyone. Today is already the 19th. Oh my God, the month really, really flew by.
Yes.
It is flying. So I just really want to say really quickly on a very, I think it's really important. Let me just mention this. Let me just finish this and then I'll say what I'm going to say. So yes, we want you guys to participate. We want you guys to share. Please share on your page. As we are noticing that a lot of people are joining, even if it's after the show. So we thank you for sharing. We appreciate you. So continue to share and enjoy the show. Participate. Let us know what you're thinking. So this is our opinion. Of course, it is ours, and our opinion is doing great again. So if you want us to hear yours, you have to participate. And we just want to let you know also, be mindful. We can be very adult. So if you have kids that are watching, so you just want to be mindful of, if you want them around. So come on in, guys, and enjoy the show with us. But I do want to say really quickly, guys, that we as Haitian, we lost somebody that was very important in our the music world, and not just music, but a Haitian guy that was very well known. Although I personally didn't know of him before until a few months ago, but he was very well known. Seemed to be a very well put together young man. And the reason I bring him up is simply to say, this guy was performing on stage in Paris. And after his performance, he dropped dead right there on the stage. So I just want everybody to enjoy yourselves. Just be happy. If you're not happy, figure it out. Because honestly, we say this all the time, but we truly don't know what tomorrow will bring. We don't even know what the next minute will bring. Sure. So enjoy yourselves, be happy where you are, love each other, love your family, your people that you enjoy, be with them, have fun. Let people know that you care for them, that you do care for them. And if they don't bring you happiness, then don't keep them around. That's excess baggage that you don't need. Honestly, if that person, Monday, is not going to make you happy, it does not bring you, huh?
Get rid of them, right?
Get rid of them, like the next week garbage. Get rid of them, put them at the curb, recycle them, put them out there, let somebody enjoy them. But I'm very serious. Have fun, enjoy your life, be happy. That's all I'm saying. It's harder, but it's not. We just have to make a choice. We just have to make a conscious decision and say, sometimes the choice may hurt now, but later, hopefully it will bring joy. So yeah, that's what I wanted to say.
Leave it to Miss Kat to, while she's talking about something really, emotional. We're talking about, this Haitian artist that I'm saying we, because as a community, as a country, we felt like we lost someone. I used to say this is Michael Jackson because, he was, young and popular and has a great voice. He knows how to entertain his audience, loved by everyone. It doesn't matter whether you knew him or you didn't. When, we heard the news, you couldn't help it but feel the pain. So we really do want to acknowledge him and knowing, talk about his life a little bit, just so people who don't know him can look for him, look him up. He's all over my social.
Mikaben Benjamin was his name.
Yes.
So yes, we want to make sure. And very briefly, let me just say this too. As you said, Coach, us Haitians, we really need to get it together. We really just need to turn around and be more positive. Stop hating on each other. Just stop the nonsense, stop the negativity, let's put our heads together and let's help each other. Let's just be more positive in general. You know, sometimes me and Vanya was talking about that. Just because you tell somebody something, it doesn't take away anything from you. We're living in a country where there's enough for everybody. If you help me, it's not going to take anything away from you. So if somebody's in need or somebody needs the information and you know it, don't keep it to yourself. Share it. Maybe they're going to bring you something else. So, you know, we and I'm going to say this in créole, nous mêmes haïtiens, we really, faut que nous suspend avec all this hypocrisy, all this nonsense. It's not taking us anywhere. A country has gone down the garbage. We love our country. I love my country.
Yeah.
You know,
and
so
we're setting an example right here, because now we really, that's why we point to the community. We're setting examples. We just hope that everybody will, you know, find it in their heart to give back as well. Because I mean, the more we give, the more we receive anyway. So we just want to pass on to that, and just to acknowledge it and really present our condolences to the family, you know, who are mourning right now. But we want you guys to remember him, because he has a legacy that he left behind, and we're going to continue to mention his name and talk about him for as much as we can. We are gonna go.
Hold on, Vanya was saying something.
Yeah, and also in to piggyback what Kattia was saying, it's so many people are operating in a lack mentality. So they always think that they got to hold things and not to sharing, because it is such an abundance world. God created a world, and how could he not create it with abundance? It has enough for everyone. So no need to be hypocrite or stingy about sharing, about being great with one another, because this is an abundance world we're living. There is enough for anybody. So if you keep thinking that way, that you got to hide information and things like that, that's lack. That's operating in a lack mentality, and that's not going to get you far.
Definitely. And so tonight, I also, as we are talking, I do want to acknowledge some of my our guests that are here. We have Mert, of course, Carol, Jit, Sauverjean, Lisbeth, and Cricket, and of course, Miss Fifi and Miss Valerie, and all the others. We want to say welcome. Thank you for joining us. Please remember to share the videos, and so people can really participate and learn about the work that we're doing here. Talking about sharing, this is one place that you guys know you can come in, ask any questions. We're gonna put onto you guys. So today the topic is, what are your pet peeves? Those pet peeves that are you know, really creating problems in your relationship. Okay, so you know, some of us, it's funny because when we talked about the topic earlier, no, yesterday, I think Vanya mentioned something that she said last week that was, you know, one of the pet peeves, ironically, before the topic came up. So we're going to ask you guys, what are your pet peeves? What is it that, you know, someone, okay, let's say your partner, your friends, or someone who's close to you, when that person, you know, do that particular thing, okay, you just cannot control yourself. People really feel disgusted when someone burp in front of them. I mean, some people just can't really stand it. And some people really feel like, okay, well, if you don't say thank you for something because of the way they were raised, then there's something wrong with you. It could be, you know, if you're sleeping, you know, in bed with your partner, I mean, is it okay for you to release yourself, you know, to release gas? So, I mean, how do you feel about these things? What are your pet peeves, right? I mean, there's one that I see people do all the time that I don't understand it. They talk with food in their mouth. I mean,
look at Monty. That's a no-no for him. The way he
That
just
is such a turn off. That is, listen, you want me to start talking to you? Literally, just get up from the table and say, I'll see you later. Start chewing and talking to me with your mouth, and I can see the food jumping out, and I can't do it.
That is nasty.
Do it.
Oh my God, I just thought of one of my pet peeves.
yes, what is it?
When a person removes gum from their mouth and put it on their plate where I can see it, it is so disgusting. Or put it on their hands. It's just, yuck. And I'm like, can you just not do that?
And then they put it back in their mouth
afterwards. But damn, that's just, please, I just remember that. And that is a pet peeve of mine. That is definitely a pet peeve. Because if you're doing, I'm gonna be like, can you put that in the trash? Because that's nasty.
No, I'll give you a piece of napkin.
Just take it, just throw it away. Just throw the damn gum away. You can get a 25-cent pack. Throw it away.
I have several. But one that really irks me, I have several, because sometimes I think I'm just maybe OCD. I don't know what they call it, but I'm a little bit, is interrupting me as I'm speaking. I have, if I'm gonna say that, they're probably listening, but my family, if I'm speaking, we always together, all the girls and my brothers, we always grouping somehow, we speaking something. And they have I don't know whether or not I speak too low, or I don't know what it is, or it is them with the problem. They're always interrupting me. And then I will try again to speak, they're interrupting me again, to the point I'm just like, and then they'll turn around and realize my posture, and they say, oh, Ivana, you were saying something. No, I'm not anymore. You're just being rude. So it gets on my nerve being interrupted, whether it is, I'm so used to my family doing that, but whether it's friends does that to me. And then now I'm beginning to question myself. What is it? Because it gets done so much to me that I'm questioning myself. What is it that I'm not communicating properly? What is it that I'm doing? I'm not being aggressive in my conversation, or just speak louder. I don't know what it is, but it seems to happen all around where I go. People interrupt me. So I ask myself, is it me or is it everybody rude?
It is rude.
You do realize.
I don't know what it is. They're doing that too. Well, I don't know why, but I hate that.
Okay.
I can't stress it enough.
You do realize in this show, we allow you to speak as long as you need to. So,
Yes.
we got
we try.
We give each other courtesy. We don't and interrupting. So
we try.
Carol says, don't assess me when I say I don't do it. My own daughter chooses very loud.
Do what?
She chooses.
Oh yeah. Oh my God.
Okay, but that's the Carol. Oh, it's too much. This tonight I can't stop laughing, and that's the thing about me. Oh my gosh.
Oh, that's a pet peeve. When somebody's trying to tell you something and then they keep laughing, and you're waiting for them to finish so you can get it too. They laugh so much that you're like, really? That's what was so funny. And it's not funny anymore because I missed it. I'm like, okay, but that person knows who they are.
Yeah, I know she's talking about me.
I just feel my family.
It's not, I'm just a laughter. I'm always laughing, regardless of serious things are. I always find something to, crack a joke about it, and literally I do not know what to tell jokes, because the minute I start telling a joke, I'm laughing so hard. You're going to be laughing because I'm laughing, but not because I said anything.
Another pet peeve of mine, and I've come to realize it's getting more to be a pet peeve than it used to be, is the bathroom sink.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
I hate the bathroom sink to look nasty. Like wet after you use it. It's all wet. And then especially like if you lean on it, then what you're wearing gets wet. It's like, oh, like you couldn't have wiped it down. Like I leave stuff for people to wipe it down. And sometimes, especially my daughter, she doesn't. So, and then they, toothpaste all in the sink and
Oh, yeah. That toothpaste.
oh,
Yeah, go ahead.
do not talk to me while you're brushing your teeth, please. Do not. It grosses me out. That's a big pet peeve of mine. I didn't even think I had so many. But yeah, if you're talking to me while you're brushing your teeth, I'll be like,
Yeah.
no.
Finish.
I'm not even looking at you now, no, because it grosses me out. So please, yeah, don't talk to me while you're out.
Yeah, say, oh, toothpaste left open. That's another one. Do not leave the toothpaste open. Come on, guys.
And you know what happened the other day here in my house? It went down the sink. I was like, what the hell happened to the top of the toothpaste? It went down the sink. And I was not happy.
So, guys, I would love to hear some of your pet peeves because we're sharing with you guys. Okay. All right. Carol shared a little bit. I want Vava. I want to hear from Vava, from Lucia. I want to hear from Fifi. I want to hear from Fifi. From everybody. Mert, come on. That's not like you, Mert. You're usually not quiet. I want to hear from you. Jean, welcome. I do want to hear from you as well, Savarja. Guys, come on, tell us what are your pet peeves, or at least share one or two. Okay, Cricket, come on, guys. Everybody who's watching, and those of you that you're not on the live, but you are watching, we want to hear from you too. Just type it in. What are your pet peeves? That's what we want to talk about today, because and then we're going to tell you why we're doing this. So I want everybody to participate. Okay.
In relation to what it does to your partner or people you're dating, here's one story for you. I was about a year or so, I was dating someone, and he keeps showing up late from the first date, second, third date. Keep showing up late and want me to choose the place to go. And I said, well, show me what you have. Let's plan something. I don't want to keep being the one from beginning of the date till the process of the date. It's me who has to prepare something. I hate that, and that in terms, what it ended up doing, walk away. I walked away because it's one of my pet peeves. You cannot keep being late. I can understand, it's just that people sometimes take advantage and they say it's a Haitian thing or it's a Black people thing, but it's very rude to the other person where you cannot show up on time. Like I said, incident that's happened, you're driving, it gets accident in the road, it slows down the traffic, but for you to constantly being late, and I'm not talking about just the person, but when people in general that I have being around and they always late. And it becomes to a point where even if you wanted to pursue something or you want to go out with that person, it ends up turning you off. And you said, I'm not going to, break the flow. You're going out, you get dressed, you feel very happy, and then you sit home. Waiting. You just broke the energy. You just messed me up. So then I will not. I won't go out. I remember somebody else that I was going out with, and they showed up an hour and a half late and did not call. I literally got undressed, washed off my makeup, and the person come, oh, I'm outside. I said, not for me. Because it's rude to me. If you're talking about pet peeves, there are pet peeves that people have. It could be annoying, but when it's becoming disrespectful to the other person, you have to cut it off. You have to see how many times they have to keep repeating the same thing, and you're not, and then the person's starting to feel disrespectful, then it's going to ruin whatever you were getting started or relationship.
Yeah. No,
Somebody said, Lucia said, don't call me while you're in the toilet and then tell me I'm taking up food. That, please, your phone out of the bathroom. Oh my God, I have
That's
to
a good
admit,
one. That's a good one.
I
Yeah,
have a bad habit of doing that sometimes.
that is horrible. Munzi, go ahead, share with us.
I don't really have too many, but I think I'm set in my ways. And because of that, my list it's a lot longer. According to my wife, my list is a lot longer than I thought. Um, I too don't appreciate people for whatever reason coming to my meetings late. It's one of my pet peeves.
Mhm.
I don't like people lying to me. I want you to tell me the truth the first time and every time.
Yes.
And the moment you lie, it just messed me up because now I don't know how to handle you, what to do with you. It puts me in a place that I don't know what to do with you, right? So I don't like that. I also don't like it when things are not in an orderly fashion.
Mhm.
My life, I always say this, if my bed is not made,
Mhm.
I feel like my life is chaotic. Literally, if I walk away and come back and I find my bedroom upside down and the bed is not made, I have to stop and fix everything and put everything back the way it needs to be. Otherwise, the rest of the day, I'm going to feel like I can't work. I can't do anything right. My life feels chaotic. So maybe it's OCD, right, coach? I don't know, a little bit of that, right? But I am one of those that things have their proper place, right? There's someone here who's just like me. I remember that conversation, right? Things have their place. So if you pick it up from this location, I don't want to find it somewhere else. There's a place for it.
Mhm.
There's a place for everything. Put it back where it's supposed to be, please. Just put it in. Otherwise, it will mess me up.
I think I'm like that with some things. Some things, I like them to be where they need to be. But I'm not really like that. Like most things, like
And then you start looking for it and you can't find it.
yeah, that's when it's annoying.
Yeah, I mean, everything that Mandy just said, I can relate to. Everything. I mean, my bed, I don't understand walking out of the bedroom without my bed being made. I mean, I get out of the bed, I fix my bed. And I don't just, pull the sheets, I fix my bed. And so it's, yeah, these are some of my pet peeves because otherwise I'll get upset. I'll look at my husband funny, like, what's wrong with you? If I walked out of the bedroom first and then he just I guess after a while, see, that's what happened. And then we're going to be talking about these things because after a while, what we do is we basically train someone how to treat us. So through our pet peeves, if we can create a healthy conversation, then that person can actually hear you. Because the minute you start telling someone, well, why are you doing this? You start criticizing them, they can't hear you. But if you actually have a conversation with the person, for instance, talking about the bed, I had to tell my husband, this is just, it's a me problem. I couldn't say, well, this is what I want you to do. I told him, I said, listen, it's a me problem. When I get up, I want my bed fixed. So if I walk out of the bedroom, and then you are still on the bed, and then you get up and you walk away, no, that doesn't work. That doesn't work because I'm going to get upset. So we had to have a conversation where we understand each other. So we're not just having fun and talking about this. We are having fun and talking about it, but we also want to educate you guys on this. Because you do not want your pet peeves to become a problem while you separate from someone that you really love. But that person had a few habits that turns you off. And now you feel that I can't live with you because you leave the damn toothpaste open in the bathroom. Or because you don't close the door when you're using the toilet. So there are ways that we can have a conversation. And you can tell that person all the things that you can tell them, that you want to tell them, and they can actually hear you. So, what are
but I just remember.
yes,
Do not go to bed without giving me a good night kiss.
yes.
Because
I'm not married to Andy Joe. Just so you know.
I'll get up, turn on the light and say, what's up?
Or I would come over your space and then kiss you. Like, I mean, come on. We didn't say good night and we didn't say good morning. These are things, no, yeah. It's so funny how much we have in common. The first conversation that Mandy and had that together, it was like, we just, for a quick little call and then that lasted and lasted and lasted and lasted and lasted. And then we realized, oh my gosh, this is so funny. We have so much in common. Mm-hmm. And then a lot of the things that he shared with me, throughout our friendship, in regards to his relationship, I mean, I'm like backing everything you say. So funny, and we must have been brothers and sisters in some life,
Yeah, we are related somehow.
Yeah.
I was laughing during Maggie's story about the fixing of the bed, and I just realized I must have been a really annoying wife because when I was married, I'm used to, you grow up always fixing my bed. Then when I got married, my husband will stay in bed late. And then my habit is I get up, I fix my bed. So I get up, I can't fix the bed because he's lying down. I come back half an hour later, he's still on the bed and I want to fix the bed. And then come back an hour and a half until the point that I'm fuming and I'm getting buzzed. I'm gonna say, are you gonna fix the bed when you get up? And he's looking at me so strangely. And then the minute the poor man get up just to go brush his teeth, have a cup of coffee, and come back in bed because it was a weekend. The beds will be fixed. So it would be, the bed will be fixed. And he's like, so he lie down on top of the comforter. Now I'm annoyed because you just messed up the I'm not like that anymore, but I'm just realizing she was saying that. I'm like, oh my God, it was so much of being a real pain in the neck because it was this thing about fixing the bed. Everything can be chaotic, but the bed has to be fixed. So I don't know what's up with that.
Yeah, for me personally, I feel like things need to be in order. And that's what my life, everything around me represent me. I don't know how I came up with this, but that's a strategy that I told myself. Everything around me, so except my office, represent me. Because, I mean, you can find paper around my office, but everywhere in my house things have to be in order. So there's a space for everything. And if somebody moves it, you got to put it back exactly where it belongs. So, I mean, if you live with me long enough, that's who I am. And ironically, I have, my husband also, we have almost the same crazy habits, I mean, it's just amazing how sometimes I'm just thinking, I'm looking at my husband, I'm like, okay, that's exactly what I would have done because we're so much alike.
I just saw another thing that Lucia wrote.
Yeah,
she says, don't come home from work and jump into my bed with your work clothes. My goodness, I'll lose it. That is a problem. That there is my mom. My mom, and it stuck with me because I'll never forget one day I came from somewhere, of course, in New York, the subway is like filthy, right? So I don't even know. I just came in the room and then she was talking to me and I was about to sit down. The lady literally almost knocked me off. Like, no. I was like, no, Papa's in there now. Baby, no. I love it down. I was like, oh, whoa. Like, really? I mean, and it stuck with me. And
it must have done something to you.
But I try not to be like that. But my mom, she does not when you come from wherever you come from, do not sit on her bed with clothes on. She'll be like, move over. Like, your butt is about to fall off the bed. She does not want you sitting on her bed. Or she'll put something and you could sit on it. But yeah, you can't sit on her bed with your clothes. I was like, and that sticks with me because I did that to somebody one time. I was like, Shady, no. Wait. And I started laughing. I was like, oh, shoot. I'm turning into my mom.
Yeah, that's what happened when we start getting older. We turn into a mom.
I was like, oh, man.
Welcome, Margaret. Margaret, what are your pet peeves? What are some of the pet peeves that you have that affect your relationship one way or another? And Lucia said, yes, coach, I like order. It makes life easier, definitely. Welcome, Joanna. Nice to see you. What are your pet peeves, Joanna? What are your pet peeves?
The other thing I'm going to say is, because, I'm always the devil's advocate.
Mhm.
I do think, though, depending on what it is, I do think sometimes, like we're saying, when you become so obsessed with it,
Mhm.
I think that's OCD. You really become OCD with it, then you're creating issues.
Mhm.
I feel like sometimes it can make it could make your partner uncomfortable, especially in the beginning of a relationship.
Mhm.
So I think some things you may have to kind of like, if you need to take a deep breath, go out of the room for a minute, because you don't want to turn a potential good relationship into this person thinking that you might be OCD crazy, because
Unfortunately, I have to say, Kat, unfortunately, if you are diagnosed with OCD, then the chances of you trying to fix yourself for someone else is zero.
no, I'm not saying if you're diagnosed. I'm saying let's not take it if it's something you can control. In all seriousness, if it's something that you are diagnosed, it's some sort of a disease, right? So it's hard for you to control it. So let's say something that you can control. And I'm saying OCD because I'm laughing with it, because I think sometimes we exaggerate. There's some things we can control. So, like I was saying, I don't always make a big stink about it when my man comes and I tell him, no, Shay, don't sit on the bed. Sometimes I tell him, I'm like, babe, can you take off, change your clothes and put on something else? But I try to not act like this is, oh my God, and this person is gonna look at you. This person might be a little nut here. I don't know if I want to pursue this. So I think sometimes it's all, if it's something you can control, and if it's really, I'm not gonna say that important, because obviously a pet peeve is important to you, but try to curve it somewhat, at least until you see if this is a relationship that you want to be in. And then later on, you could start telling the person, as Coach was saying, there's a way you could do it, babe, whatever. But if we can hold off until we, a little bit,
I don't know.
Their way.
You are gonna say something, Monty?
Oh no, I was gonna say, so there are two things. One is if you are with a partner who actually suffers from OCD, God bless you. Okay. Because it's going to require, you're laughing, the cat, but I'm serious. It's going to require a great deal of patience, love, and a great deal of patience, love, and support. Because you have to understand, number one, that your partner, whatever that problem is or the OCD is, they really can't control it, right? It's a disorder that's happening to them. So you have to kind of live your life with that person, with the understanding that they are not doing this against you, or they are not doing it to you. I think that's what I was trying to get at, that this is a disease that they are dealing with, and they are doing the best that they can. And it's really important for you to try to help them to stay balanced. And by that means, if, for example, one of the problem is they have to be in a place that's clean, then you have to help them to make sure you keep the place clean for them. Otherwise, instead of focusing on work or focusing on the family or focusing on the things that are important, they're going to spend all their days, all their time cleaning, right? So we have to put that. But the second part of it is, if it's not diagnosed, if it's just what we call pet peeves, it does, as you say, Pat, it begins with a conversation. The two of you needs to sit there and I know this such and such, and yeah, what's going on with that? Is that important to you? How important is it to you? With time, you're gonna understand, like Coach Maggie say, you're gonna understand that this is something that, you know what, that's important to my spouse. And because it's important to my spouse, I'm gonna keep that in the back of my head when I go to the bathroom to put the toilet sit down, or to make sure that when I'm done with the toothpaste, I put the cover back on, right? Something that's small sometimes are the reasons why people get the biggest fights, because they look at it and say, you know what, that's inconsiderate of you. You know how I am, and you still chose not to do it, right? So keep that in mind. Just remember, what would you rather be, married or have your way? Right? When it comes to
You
people's
mute.
pet peeves, you are mute. When it comes to people's pet peeves, you want to be married, not just have your way with your pet peeves, right? There are things about me that drives my wife crazy. And so I have to learn. For example, one of the things that I do, and I didn't realize I was doing it, when I'm very relaxed, I tend to do this. Yeah, and drives her crazy. Like, what are you doing? What are you welding here? Right? And I have no idea I'm doing it. Right? Or if I'm enjoying a song, I start to whistle the lyrics of the song. And she said, babe, you can't do that. I was like, I'm just whistling. You know, people make money whistling. She said, I hate when you do that, right? So those are the little things that we do, and we're not even aware that we're doing them, but it's causing some kind of discomfort in your partner. So as a loving couple, as a loving person, your job is to find ways to lessen the burden on your partner. So there are times I am whistling, but it's inside my head, right? And sometimes I will catch myself whistling out loud and just stop. It's annoying, but I stop because I know it means a lot to her if I don't whistle while she's listening to the same music I'm listening to.
I'm telling you, we're brothers.
Is it,
We're definitely brothers.
in the same way, Monty, is it that maybe little things like that, well, I'm not speaking of your relationship, that's fine, but there are little things, minor, that is the person pet peeves, they don't want you to do it, whereas they need to make the adjustment as well. It's
And I'm
not
glad you
if
say that.
you
Yes.
want to change, they have to also realize I'm being very petty, and back away and let the person be themselves.
So in situation where I continue to whistle and catch myself, she's sitting right there, but doesn't say anything. And that's exactly what you're talking about. She realized, you know what, this guy, I either need to let him be, or maybe he's doing it and is not even aware of it. So I'm just not going to say anything right there, right? So those are the little things. Like, for example, my wife hates when we get lost. She hates it. I also feel like if I'm going out, if I know where I'm going, I don't need the GPS. Hello. You know the story about men with direction, right? So let me give you a quick scenario. We are on a date. We're going on a date. I look at the address. I said, I know where we're going. I got there. It's nowhere near where we're supposed to be. My wife is standing there. I can tell she wants to say something. But you know what she said to me when we got in the car and we drove and another 15 minutes to get to where we were supposed to be, and we were late and everything like that. She burst out laughing. But she burst out laughing when we made it to the place. And then she started telling me she's been holding on to this for 15 minutes because she knows if she started laughing when we were lost, that would have ruined the night for us.
Yeah.
And that's good.
And she was absolutely right. Because if I'm lost, I don't want to have you laughing at me because I'm lost. I know I'm lost. But it's like, those are the little things I'm saying. You have to kind of, you win some, you lose some, because at the end of the day, it's about, okay, we tried to have a wonderful time. And she realized because we're trying to have a wonderful time, this is not an appropriate time to laugh at your husband. And she allowed me that moment to find myself back to where I needed to be.
And that's picking your battles, right? That's, those are the things exactly like Vanya was saying. Sometimes and what I was trying to say too was that when you start doing that, it's kind of like a turn off. It's almost like you
nitpicking.
Not so much nitpicking, but you're this is what I want. This is what I want. This is what I want. And it's like, whoa, do I want to be with somebody like this?
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, you're not willing to budge. Like, really? Is it that important?
Yeah.
That kind of thing. Because I don't think that person is thinking, oh, well, it's like you said, it's if I forget to bring down the seat of the toilet, I mean, do you really have to come at me like, what the, like, that is how you lose the relationship, because now there's total disrespect.
Mm-hmm.
Because and that's the thing, because it happened to me one night, and my bed was in the toilet, and I didn't go flying off the handle. I went to sit down to see, and I was like, oh. But it could have turned into something big, but I didn't make a huge deal out of it, because you really do have to pick it up.
I think in general, there are certain things that we call pet peeves that are really, I mean, like, if you go on that route, that's it. Because each one of us, we have our own limit. We have things that we can tolerate and things that we cannot tolerate.
Mm-hmm.
So you have to be able to identify, when you walk into a relationship, and that's one of the challenges that I have with, whether I'm having, I'm talking to someone or I'm working with that person, that people are not, they don't feel it's okay to share their want and they don't want when they first, let's say on the first or second dates. I think it's so important to really, you have nothing to lose. You don't know this person. This is the best time for you to set the path on what is it that you want in the relationship. Because if you don't do it in the beginning, once you start having feelings for that person, you're not going to want to say anything. But those little things this person is going to be doing, they're going to hurt you. And you don't know how to say them, because you put yourself in a position where you say, well, I don't want to upset that person. But meanwhile, you're being upset. So we really want you guys to be aware of the little things that you allow into your relationship to mess it up. This man could have been a great man, or this woman could have been a great woman. What are the things that you are doing that are affecting the relationship in a negative way? What is it that you could have done differently? So tonight, we really want you guys to take a moment, either while you're here or whenever you're watching the video, or, when you go back to bed, ask yourself, what is it that you're doing? Or perhaps, that person didn't mean what he or she did, and try to explain it, but you were too stuck in your own ways and you didn't feel like listening to it. What is it that you can change about yourself? Because remember, the topic is about us, our pet peeves. So I wanted to bring attention to that. But I do want to read some of the things that you guys have written, really, really funny. Murd, you never cease to amaze me. No good, I agree. Why would someone acting like that? Murd, they act like that because they want to. He's so funny, very so funny. Lucia said, a friend has a pet peeve about his wife putting the toilet paper upside down. You know what? I got that. That was one of my husband's pet peeves also. But guess what I did? I just did it for him because I realized he was right. It made sense the way you wanted me to do it. So I give up to that. So again, what are the things that you've been holding on to and you should change? Not because, it's not a big deal. Just do it and you'll be surprised. Oh, it does make sense, because we all have a little crazy in us, but some of us, part of our craziness makes sense.
Wait a minute. Whoa.
I can see it coming.
It does.
But the toilet paper, yes, I'm one of those. It has to go rolling this way, not pulling that way, because when you roll this,
it has to be on top. Yeah. That's
when you reverse it, you gotta pull it.
Yeah.
It makes sense to me.
It does make sense.
You gotta pull it either way. You know what? I give up. That's where I give up. The toilet paper, though.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes. Right?
So here's the thing, Kat. When it's under, if you pull, it continues to roll.
Yes.
It's over, and you pull, it stop wherever it stop.
Yes. Yes.
So, see, we have a system for the madness.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I'll try it next time, because I put it either way.
Well,
I put it either way. I put it either way, as long as I get toilet paper. My pet peeve with toilet paper is not having one around when I need to, and then I use it when you use almost the last one. Now that's a big freaking pet peeve.
Yeah.
That's why I always have toilet paper in my house. Make sure you put something around. I have them where you can reach. They're not far.
But
don't let me sit there. But I always look, and I guess that is something I do. I always look to see if there's toilet paper before I sit down, because child.
Yeah, you don't want to have to get up half.
I don't think anybody wants it. That's gonna be everybody's spending. Once you sit down and then not enough toilet paper to do the business.
Wait a minute. Vanya, Linda replied to you. She says, Dino, Vanya. Lucia said, I cleaned the seat of my girlfriend's home on time and left it up, and she smelled back saying,
See what I'm saying? Y'all better read it by yourselves, because you ain't never gonna hear what you say.
But it's funny. I'm sorry, I cannot share with anyone because I'm having so much fun.
Okay, I cleaned the seat at my girlfriend's home one time and left it up, and she smelled bad,
saying, "Oh my, let me see your penis." Baba said, please fix the toilet paper. Oh my gosh. This is so funny. Oh my goodness. All right. We're having too much fun. Guys, I appreciate it. I really, really do appreciate it. Friend has a pet peeve about this wife putting the toilet paper upside down. Okay, we read that already. Okay, all right. Monday, Baba acknowledged what you said. She said she loves everything what you just said. Oh my gosh. Mert is asking if we're serious. Yes, Mert, we are serious. These are serious things that affects relationship.
Yes.
We do not talk about it. And the funny thing is that those are the little things that create divorce.
Mm-hmm.
No joke. It's what happened is you get so tired of having to put up with someone else's mess that annoys you, because you allow it to annoy you, because you also never had the conversation. And if you did, the person did not hear you because you did not present your conversation in a way for the person to receive it. Because if you go on and tell someone, well, I don't want this and I don't want that, with your attitude, guess what? They didn't hear anything you said.
Mm-hmm.
However, if you wait until you guys are sitting down together, perhaps watching TV or having dinner, or just having a conversation, and then you bring it up, I guarantee you that person's going to hear you. And
some people,
there goes.
No, I think some people, sorry, coach, I think some people will be like, especially, let me say some Haitian men. They would be like, are you serious? Like, are you that petty? Okay. They're not going to say the word petty, because I think what it is that, like we were saying, some people don't understand how it really affects you.
Hold on, give me 1 second, Kat. I'm gonna stop you here because I do want to bring some clarity to what you just said. The thing is that it's not what you say, it's how you say it.
Mhm.
People can hear anything you say if it's if it's presented to them in a way for them to hear you. So if you, again, and I know I mentioned that earlier, if you go and start pointing fingers and raise your voice and say, what's wrong with you? Why don't you put the damn toilet seat down? I don't like it. You keep doing it. Let me tell you, you know what you did? You just turn off that person right there.
Mhm.
And if it was playtime day, guess what? You're not having any.
Yeah, it's I understand what you say, Maggie. Sometimes you cannot bring the conversation up right when you heat it, but it's the way you say it. Because if we're talking about the toilet seat, I'm not going to wait till dinner. A couple of hours later, we're sitting having a nice dinner, babe, about the toilet seat. It's just out of context for me. I'm going to address it right there and then, but in a sensible way. I'm not going to wait till a long time because it's just like, it's not all the time it's the right moment,
I understand what you're saying, Vanya, but you may not be able to, because let me tell you something. We tend, as human beings, we tend to be very sensitive, to our own personal feelings. And when people start making us feel like they're pointing fingers at us, we want to point fingers back. So if that person is in the bathroom and it doesn't matter how you tell him, and I can guarantee you try it because I have tried what I'm about to say. You say right there when he's in the bathroom, he's not going to receive it because he's going to defend himself. Why? It doesn't matter how sweet you are. He does not receive it because it wasn't the right space for him. Because being in the bathroom, that's your own space. So you open the bathroom and then you're having a conversation with someone who feels that he's in the right space, that he cannot hear you. However,
I think that's true.
I'm not saying you have to be sitting on the dinner table, but you can wait when the person is out of that space and bring the conversation. You know what, babe? I mean, I know you guys usually like to have the seat up, but it's really hard for us ladies. Every time we go in, what if we do this? Why don't you, let me tell you, this is how I would like to do it. What do you think? It's always good to ask someone what they think, because now you open the door to have a conversation.
Listen, and you know what their response are? Well, it's hard for me too that I have to keep putting it up. Yeah,
but guess what? If we have 2 toilets, then you take one and I take one.
That's it. That's it.
Because that's it.
The toilet seat.
And if this is somebody you're dating, and then they're gonna be like, "Oh, that lady's a problem. She's making a big deal about me." What else is she gonna make a big deal out of? You'll never see him again.
Yeah.
Well, then in that case, that's the only way you know whether they're staying. Because if you how many times they say she was so nice until we got married, and then what happened? You know what I mean? So you might as well get it up front, get it out of the way.
Thank you.
Know who you're gonna be dealing with, and tell me if you want to stay.
So the toilet experience. I remember watching Martin and Gina had a big fight over that. Mm-hmm. And so his response to her is that, Gina, all you have to do is you look, then you sit.
That's what I do.
And then Gina is like, Martin, all you have to do is you flush and you put it there. You flush it and put it there.
Yeah, I don't even make a big deal about that.
I think if we just show respect for each other, it doesn't matter what it is. It doesn't matter what our pet peeves are. If we just show respect for each other, I think we can really have a healthy relationship with all our pet peeves, but just be aware of your partner's pet peeves, the things that they don't like. I'm not saying that we need to be perfect, because God knows that I'm not, but I can say that be mindful of what they don't like, because let me tell you, it's a lot easier to live in peace than to have constant arguments over things that are not worth it. Those little pet peeves, they're not worth the fight. They're not worth the breakup. They're not worth the argument. All you have to do is just find a way to share it and tell them so they can hear you.
And you want to know something, Coach? Here's a perfect way they can share it. we have on December 10th a wonderful event, a masquerade ball. You can share with your partner in the masquerade ball. Tell us a little bit about that before we go.
Yes, that's true. Tonight, I do want to remind all of you who have reached out to me. You're coming from out of state and you're gonna need your hotel when you get there. I have managed to block a space, you know, for everyone who needs one at the Marriott Hotel in Fort Lauderdale. But if you guys don't go and reach out to me or book, get your ticket, you will not have a room. And let me tell you, when you call me, I will tell you the price because I cannot believe it myself. So I had to call and share it with so many people. I shared with Bundy, I shared with a lot of people because I couldn't believe the price for that hotel the lady gave me. So if you want it, reach out to me. This week is the deadline. Once it's closed because I'm not gonna open another, you know, because I need at least 10 rooms. Most of the people are coming from either Florida or either in Fort Lauderdale or somewhere in Florida. So we have a few of you guys coming from out of state. So reach out to me and tell me if you want to be part of the group that needs a place to stay when you get there. The other thing is, remember guys, we always told you that this event is not just a regular ball, because I know, let me tell you, there's so many fake out there, right? There's so many people who listen to your ideas, because I know I share the idea of having this masquerade ball way back in March with a group of people. One of those people that I shared the idea with decided she was going to do it with some of her friends. So she had one, right? And another person that was supposed to be helping me with my event decided to have one as well. Okay, so let me tell you, there's so many fake out there. I don't want to be fake. This event is a masquerade ball. It's not just a Zoom party, then you put a mask on and call it a masquerade ball. No, a masquerade ball is what they used to have back then. And if you don't know what it is, Google it, because you're going to experience what a masquerade ball really is once you get to Florida and celebrate with us December 10th, 2022. Okay, that's why we want you to be comfortable. We want you to have your own space to stay. And we also want you to really get ready for an experience. Remember, ladies, you need to wear your long gown, gentlemen, your suit or your tux. Let me tell you, put on your mask because it's a masquerade ball. But let me tell you, you guys are gonna be surprised. We have so many things that we're going to do. This is not just a zouk dancing. No, it's not. It's a lot more than that. We have entertainments. We have lots of things that we want to surprise you. And I encourage everyone who have not gone onto the Eventbrite link, go there and read some of the things, because we keep updating things as we, put new things together. So go and find out what is it we're doing. This is just a little bit of what you're gonna get, okay? So get ready to have some fun. And for all those fake people who just took my ideas and run with it, the heck with you.
Well, that was a pet peeve. That was a pet peeve if I ever saw one. But guess what? Coach, I'm gonna say this. Don't say they stole it, because what they did is actually, in a way, they're praising you, right? Because you came up with.
That's what people
I'm gonna be your advocate this time, and it's a praise for somebody to steal your idea. They must think it's gonna be a great thing. So therefore, it's their thing. It's not your masquerade ball. They're having a party.
Yes.
It's not a masquerade ball.
That's the thing. They had a Zouk party, but it's not a masquerade ball. But I want people to understand there's a difference between, you want to put on a mask and go to a party. That does not make it a masquerade ball, because a masquerade ball has,
it's more to it. It's more to it. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
We breathe, Coach, breathe. Don't mess with the Coach masquerade ball,
I know, right? But anyway, we're gonna have fun, guys. So I can't wait to see you guys. If you didn't get your ticket yet, hurry up and do so. And for those of you in the hotel, up until this weekend, please reach out to me. If not, I'm sorry. I've tried and I've held on as much as I can.
All right, everyone, have a good night. Hashtag OMD. So I guess we're yeah, hashtag. Oh,
Yeah,
it's after 10.
Yeah, definitely. Manzi, I know you were gonna say something.
Oh no, I was just gonna say hashtag OMD everybody. Hashtag OMD.
Guys, thank you so much for sharing your time with us tonight. We appreciate you. Thank you so much for sharing the link with people. I appreciate you guys so much. The more you share, the more people will see what we're doing. We want you to ask us questions, and we're gonna pull onto you guys. And as you can see, we do not measure when we give, we just give you guys. So the more people that you invite, the more we're gonna be able to pull onto you. So please share and share and share. We thank you. I appreciate you guys. Love you. We'll see you guys next week, same time, same place. And until then, have a wonderful night, everyone. And if you have questions, please remember, reach out to us, whether on Messenger or, just send me a message or visit my website, www.owningmydestiny.com. Just reach out to me if you have any questions, but know this is our space and, this is our tribe. I love and appreciate you guys. Have a wonderful evening. Until then, good night, everyone.
Good night, everyone.
So much.